seconded by Director Webb. All in favor?
Aye.
We're on a closed session at 6:06. And no reportable action. All right, open session. We are proceeding forward, opening the general session up at 6:06. And same thing with public comments. I will dispense with the reading of the statute, but let the record show that we open the floor up for public comments. And ask anybody speaking to please limit your comments to 5 minutes. Anybody on for public comments? Being as there is none, I will close public comment. Voluntary public roll call via teleconference. If any member of the public on the teleconference video conference wishes to identify themselves as present for this meeting, please do so for the records and minutes. Any voluntary public roll call? Hearing none, we will close voluntary public roll call via teleconference. All right, consent calendar C1 through C6. Do I have a motion?
Motion, consent calendar 1 through 6. Second.
Okay, motion was made by Director Glennon, seconded by Director Webb. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Nays? All passes 3-0. Minutes, M1 through M5. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve, sir. Second.
Okay, motion was made by Director Webb, seconded by Director Glennon. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries 3-0. All right, new business. NB1, approval of change order number 1 to task order number 2025-1, GEI, to GEI for phase 1 arsenic consolidation project construction phase services. Presenter, Kim Domingo.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. This change order is for the construction management services. The original amount that was approved about a year ago was $282,400, and because the time for completion has been extended, not due to the contractor's fault, but due to unforeseen conditions in the field, and also additional requests by the State Department of Water Resources, the completion date has been extended. So because of that, GEI has experienced additional contract management expenses because of the additional time that they anticipated to be on the project. So we have negotiated with them to increase the amount, their time and materials fee by $46,239 for a total of $328,639, and also to decrease or extend the work period up to 103 days. Because this is grant funding, the state has already given us authorization to move forward with accepting this change order. It's totally reimbursable. The staff recommends approval.
Sure, real quick, you said extend it out for how many days?
103 days, but not 103 days from today. It's 103 days from the end of their contract, which will be about the end of or middle of March.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, any further discussion?
And the state's gonna pay us back, it's already,
They reimburse us, yeah.
okay, the additional, okay.
And they know, and they've said, yes, you can.
Bill them and they'll pay us.
Yep.
Gotcha, okay, sir, thank you.
All right, motion to approve.
Motion to approve as, with the updated information from the GM.
Second.
Okay, motion is made by Director Webb, seconded by Director Glenn. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries 3-0. MB2, approval to pursue consolidation with Desert Apartments water system. Presenter, Kim Domingo.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. This particular project, started out as, an owner that owns an 8-unit apartment, at the location that, is described in their reports. I want to give you an accurate location. Apologize. Harvell Street, just east of 20th, just south of our, old well, number 5, well site. So there's a water service, or excuse me, a water line that's already there that would be able to serve them. Well, they're on their own water well. They don't necessarily have contamination issues, but this has been an initiative by the state to reduce the number of permits that they're encouraging consolidations. So this started out as a study to consider a consolidation, what it would take, do a preliminary engineering report that's been attached. This now is blossoming into a full construction project, and it really consists of a connection to our line. But the state's gonna pay for all the fees associated, the construction costs to connect them up. I need authorization from the board because I'm starting to spend some time on this, and I need approval from you so that we can start negotiating with the state on an agreement to move into construction, full design and construction. So I'm just asking for authorization from you at this point. It'll come back with either with a resolution for you to authorize, but I wanted to make sure before I did any more work on this project that I got permission from this board. So, and again, this is all reimbursable work. The grant, if issued, wouldn't be to the owner directly; it would be to the district again, similar to the arsenic consolidation projects. So I'm asking for permission. So
Is the state pushing this or the owner of the apartments pushing?
the state is, well, in this case, the owner responded to the state reaching out if they would be interested, and he is interested, and so it's the state doing an initiative to try to consolidate. But
was the owner there? Well, just abandon
yes, we'd actually destroy it.
it, and it's really close to the one we have there anyway.
Yeah, when we don't operate because of our.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still.
So I suspect that they have arsenic issues.
Yeah.
Sir, real quick, how many units
8.
and how many are they talking, you said it's blooming into a project, I think construction type project, that's for us putting all the piping in or whatever?
So we already have a pipeline in front, but
Okay.
it's basically a connection.
Are they gonna put more units in or?
No.
Okay, so I'm just thinking about, we're gonna have them for our water roll, right? That they'll become customers.
We already serve them sewer service.
Okay, so now they're just
They're gonna be on water service now.
Okay, and 8 units, that's what we know, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And Kim, what is under the adjudication agreement, what is their allotment?
What could they call?
You were gonna ask that.
We get it, don't we?
It's in the report. I don't have that handy, but they will need to transfer those whatever we require per our current policy. They'll need to transfer those rights to us.
Right.
They may retain whatever is left over, and on top of that, if they don't have enough rights, the state will need to kick in some money for the water acquisition.
Okay,
Rights. So
very good. Okay, sounds good. Any further discussion? Okay, all in favor of MB2? Motion?
Motion to approve. Second.
Second. Okay, motion is made by Director Webb, seconded by Director Glennon. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion carries 3-0. Discussion items, D1, Alta One letter of support. Presenter Kim Domingo.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. The developer of, I forget what the name of the development is, the one.
Plaza.
Golden City Plaza. The developer from Golden City Plaza, in a response to the community about, services that are lacking in the community. This is related to the lack of a banking institution here. And so they've reached out to us to ask if we would be in support of sending a letter of support to Alta One, saying that we encourage them to become a tenant in that facility and provide the banking services. That is really, I just want to have permission from the board, if that's the board's desire, to, it's a letter that they provided, and we would send for, as support.
I'm in favor of it.
Yeah, I think the more support letters they get, the more they can get their financing. So I'm fine with it.
Okay, D2, Department of Defense, Month of the Military Child, annually every April. Presenter Kim Dominguez.
Thank you, Mr. President, Mr. Vice President. This was a request or, reached, the Edwards Air Force Base, and I forget who the person was, reached out to us relatively, apparently annually, the month of April is the month of the military child. It celebrates the resilience of kids that are part of military families. And what they have requested for us to do is to put outreach materials on our website or an email blast. I wanted to make sure the board was aware of it. If the board supports it or does not support it, I suspected that you did, but I wanted to make sure that you were aware of it and had a chance to discuss this.
I think anytime we have an opportunity to support our military in any capacity, it is something that we shouldn't run away from, something we should embrace. So I'm all in favor of it.
I'm fine with it.
Thank you. We will do that.
Okay, now we will move on to director's reports and comments, future agenda items. I'll start with you, Byron.
I was at the organizational meeting for Region 6 and 7 Aqua in Tipton, California the other day, and it was an organizational meeting just talking about getting any new directors aware of what their role is. And I've had the great opportunity of volunteering one of our directors to be a reporter for the Water Quality Committee.
Director Webb.
No, it's you. A couple things here. First of all, let's back up a little bit. Mr. Jim, this is directed at you. The last couple of months, you've gotten a lot thrown at you. Projects coming at us, trying to get information out to us as your board members and all. You have a new GM a new assistant that you're trying to get up to speed. And in discussions I've had with him, he says that you are getting him on board and exposing him to be a good assistant to you. Then with the negotiations that continue to keep property heads up, I just want to give you a compliment. You got a lot of plates spinning, but yet and still you're handling those plates you are spinning. So my compliments to you on the job well done.
Amen.
Well, thank you very much. But we are getting a lot of stuff accomplished, and I say we because it's not me. I really think that we made a really good hire when we hired our assistant general manager, and he's done an outstanding job so far. organizationally and also, in getting projects advanced.
Well, good for you.
So, thank you for that, but I am absolutely, happy to share that. That praise with the rest of the organization, and that is definitely, has made a huge impact, so I just wanna commend you on,
Seeing good stuff.
yeah, thank you.
Okay, and also,
He didn't have to start at the start. He was already maybe 50.
yeah, there you go. He was already down the street. I took a tour of Pacific Steel earlier this month, and you don't think that the steel industry could be that interesting. And it was. They only do rebar. That's what the plant's gonna do over here. And apparently, all the rebar that was coming into California is basically coming out of state because of the regulations that California put on manufacturing. The plant up there off of Mojave and South Road is gonna be state of the art, like ACE #1, as far as doing, they say it's gonna cut down on transportation costs of bringing metals in, bringing metals out. The other part they told us right now was amazing. Scrap metal will come into them, and they have a way to scan it for a radiation or whatever. They can scan it on site, tell what site is, divide it all up, put it into the furnaces, melt it down, and cast it out. So it was a very interesting. I encourage all you folks, have a contact number there, maybe a scheduling permit to go out there and look at it. But it is a huge thing. It's a huge project, but it's good for our community. But yeah, it was very interesting, all the dynamics going on. And some of those posts there, they're buried 40 feet in the ground with rebar and concrete. So they don't expect them to move no time soon. And the last one, Ben, was that last week or a week before last? When you gave the overview of the district?
That was February 17th. So
Yeah,
that was
the assistant GM for the Historical Society gave kind of what's your water, what's your sewer, and how they all come together. And compliments to you, being that was a job well done. And even if a person never understood or knew about the dynamics of water sewer, I'm not even gonna say the word dumbing it down, he's sophisticated enough so the most remedial person would have an understanding. And you could take that show on the road, young man, because that was a job well done. Good presentation.
appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Well, I'd like to talk on the steel there. I'm glad to see that American steel companies are going to using scrap metal, because a lot of people scoffed at that idea back in the 70s and the 80s. And, but the one thing about steel is once you melt it down, all the impurities from that metal rise to the surface and is skimmed off, and you've got fresh, virgin, brand new steel to work with. And so I'm glad to see that steel manufacturing is coming back, even if it's just rebar, but it's coming back. And attended the CWA conference, and attended as a speaker along with Kim Domingo and Ryan Becker. And it was a good conference. I want to personally acknowledge and thank Ryan and Kim for their contributions to this, because could not have done it without them. They're the reasons why this was a success, and I believe it was well received by the people in attendance, and able to showcase our little chunk of the water reclamation, sewage, wastewater management piece that we have here, and kind of make everybody aware that Roseman is a contributor. One thing, so I just want to say, Kim, thank you, and please give my thanks to Ryan, because you guys are rock stars. And at the conference, I also attended a class on public outreach and trying to educate the public into what to flush down the toilet and what to not flush down the toilet. And it's something that, you know, to anytime you're talking about wastewater or the sewer system, to have a program that will engage the public in a positive way is difficult to do. And the city of Ventura has developed a very robust public outreach program for basically how to treat our sewer system and how to treat, you know, the wastewater and what to put down the drain and flush down the toilet and what not to. And they did all the legwork. Spent all the money for developing it. They developed a public outreach program. They developed a program for schools and reaching out and educating the kids in schools and everything else. And the city of Ventura was gracious enough to offer any agency that wanted to use their program and their materials, that they would supply it to us. And the only thing we have to do is to just change the contact information and to take out their logo and put our logo on all the materials. And true to their word, I reached out to Bailey from the city of Ventura, and she sent me an email loaded with materials, and I dispersed that to Kim and Sherry and Ben for them to see if they can make it work for our agency. So it's in their hands now, and we'll see what happens. And that's all I've got for my reports. All right, General Counsel update, John.
Nothing for you tonight, folks.
Okay, hearing none from General Counsel. General Manager update, Kim Domingo.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President, and I want to reciprocate with describing how well the presentation went at the CWA conference, and it was really, you know, it was your vision, Mr. Vice President, that got us there, and we appreciate it because I think Ryan and I both appreciate it because we do need to let people know, you know, what we're doing, and we actually after the presentation, we actually had a couple consultants come and approach us about, you know, the fact that we actually had a regulator that agreed that, you know, this was a good idea, and that it's a positive story that needs to be told to other regulators. So
Yeah.
that's really I think was a really good kind of story that I got out of it, was that we need to, Lahan needs to share also that hey, it's okay to do this kind of operation if it's going to ultimately improve the groundwater quality overall, and so I just want to say thank you for submitting and, you know, creating the opportunity for us to go and present with you. I also attended a few of the presentations, and one that I thought was very interesting was the role that the huge water agencies, wastewater agencies, the Inland Empire Utilities Agency. It's kind of a regional agency in the Chino, Riverside, Harupa area, and they operate several plants. They provide services. They have a huge program for to monitor, you know, pretreatment programs, right? Huge, a lot of different and varying utilities. And what I heard in their voices is that as as they were talking about what they did, was that some of the regulations have gotten so onerous for the customers, and what I heard was empathy from them. I mean, it's their job to keep them and to keep big customers in line. But I also heard the other side of that, and that, some customers some discharges have decided, I just can't operate here anymore. And so they left. And you could hear, kind of the sadness that has happened because, when a big producer uproots itself and leaves the state, it hurts everybody. And it hurts them, and it hurts especially the communities and the jobs that, go along with that operation. So, that was a little bit different perspective that I had, when I was listening to that presentation, was that you could hear that they were sad about it, because, they knew what the loss meant. So it's just something to keep in mind. We want to be empathetic to our customers and try to help them. And I think we do a good job doing that, but, we need to take people to task when they're violating, our ordinance. But at the same time, we need to keep that empathetic voice. So that's all I had for tonight.
Okay, thank you. Any questions from the board for our general manager? Thank you, Kim. System General Manager update, Ben Stewart.
Good evening, everybody. So I have three things to talk about tonight. The first one is, the newly purchased part of the budget this year. We just purchased an electric vehicle. Initially, this electric vehicle was purchased due to the requirement by CARB for us purchasing the hydro excavation truck last year, the Gatbacks. Since it's a diesel, the CARB compliance required a 1-for-1. So we had to purchase a zero emission to offset the emissions that could be created by the Gatbacks. So at the same time, I came on board and I spoke with our general manager about purchasing a vehicle. So I did my due diligence, even though it was under the threshold. I did call multiple dealerships and got quotes. The winner was Sierra Morovia. They gave us considerable discount compared to local areas, so we were able to go with them. And then today we submitted the paperwork for the rebate to do East Current East Current Air Quality Management District. So we should be getting a rebate on that too if they accept it.
What kind of car?
It is a Chevy Silverado EV, the base model, the WT. So we finally today got the charger installed. So the one that comes with it, I was joking about it earlier, but it was true. It took 12 hours to get 10% of a charge.
There we go.
So the new one should be doing it in a fraction of the time. But in the future, when we do have to change or procure more diesel equipment, we'll have to be looking at offsetting vehicles with that as well. So
Well, I just want to let you know, sir, I have my batteries, I'm moving along, just put them in there and duct tape.
it does have a bed. It does have a
Copper
bed.
wire, we're good. Good job, sir.
So, past the electrical vehicle, the Historical Society was another thing. On February 17th, 2 weeks prior to that, I had them reach out to me regarding the wastewater treatment plant. On one of the members' adventures, she came across a wastewater treatment plant and she didn't know what it was and went to talk to somebody, so she was transferred to me and we spoke, and she asked me if I'd be willing to come give a presentation. And with our general manager's direction, approval, I created a slideshow and gave a presentation to about 25 people, I would assume. There was a gentleman in the back heckling me from time to time. Looked familiar, but I didn't have my glasses on, so I could really couldn't tell who it was. But he did have good questions at the end. But it was very informative, and I do want to say that it has helped us out here at the district. Since then, we have gotten a call about a possible water leak. Since then, that they knew that it was in our area, and now they knew who to call. So it's getting the word out. It's already started. And the last thing is today, Kim and I attended the, virtually attended the Kern County, I don't like acronyms, but bear with me, the Kern County MJHMP, which stands for the Multi-Jurisdictional Hazard Mitigation Plan. And what this is the plan identifies vulnerabilities to natural hazards and helping to protect residents, visitors, and other infrastructure. So currently, we're still in the beginning stages for updating the plan. They have a survey that they're asking everybody that lives in Kern County to fill out. I believe Kim has provided it to Z-Access, so that will be up on our website. And it takes about 5 minutes. I believe it's due by April. And it's gonna give us an idea of what the residents of Kern County, what they feel some of the hazards are in our area. It was an hour and a half long, hour and 45 minutes presentation today, and there's a lot of tools on there that they have for us, which is very beneficial. Population wise, we can select RCSD and see some of the stuff that comes in through the census, but it's gonna be great. And so we're working on that to have our portion of our done. They gave us some homework of going through how we feel some of our areas of hazards are. You know, we wouldn't be putting in there landslides and stuff like that, but that is an option. So we can go and put in a risk assessment category. So it's gonna be good. Is there something you want to add to that?
I just want to say that we'll share what we're doing with the emergency ad hoc committee, so you can see what we're doing and you can have that at that point.
All right. Any questions for our Assistant General Manager?
How fast does it go?
The car?
Yeah, the speed limit, that's the key answer to the speed limit.
I'm starting to feel my age. I don't even drive the speed limit anymore. I laugh.
Good answer.
When you're getting off and the person that flew past you really fast is already sitting at the light.
Yeah.
Well, that really helped.
But you still caught up with him.
Yeah, so.
Okay, Ben, on for real, cause you have your truck.
Mhm.
What's the difference in the two? Is there any difference between driving that truck and driving your truck?
The response time on this one's really good. I will say that there's, the district truck does not have the creature comforts that my personal truck has. But, heads-up display is really nice, and it feels good that, you know, you're not doing the emissions.
Yeah, true. Okay, fair enough.
And the fact that we can, I guess, the diesel, we're gonna have to do this more than this one.
Yeah, you know, in the coming years, John and I are working on, some of the vehicles that are probably have to go to surplus in the next couple of years, some of them that are getting on in age. There will probably be another electric vehicle in the next probably 2 years, I'm assuming.
And do you get different value of credits for, depending on what it is?
As of right now, the rebate for, East Kern Air Quality Management is about $4,000 if it gets approved. And so I didn't give hard numbers, but I know the budget was $50,000 for the truck. That was probably low compared to what they go for, but through Sierra Monrovia, they got us out the door with the upgraded charger at $52,000. So that's $9,000 off of what if any person walked in to try to buy it would be. And then plus with the $4,000 rebate, that would put us well under, or at least $2,000 under the budgeted number. So we submitted that paperwork today. I'll be checking the mail every day for the check. And
So question for you, you brought up about the future, in the future contract, and the future budgets, are we gonna start budgeting for that particular type number or more for that type of vehicle?
I think is when we decide to go out, when we identify that there's a diesel or a polluter that is gonna require us to change it out, at that time we'll have to include that budget number for its offset.
So there'll be a combined number or a separate number?
So right now, we actually have in the 5-year capital improvement budget, we have every year a replacement, one vehicle replacement. So, if it happens to be in, or we know we need to plan for an EV, then we can do it at that time.
My thought or suggestion perhaps maybe, since this is coming, maybe we start thinking about a block of charging stations now versus in the future, as long as we get it, maybe, go ahead and build us out a block of 3 or whatnot or whatever. In anticipation, since you said it's coming.
That's good, that's a good point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
a little greater.
That's why I'm a director, thank you.
It's, I got a question on, when you drive an electric, how quiet is it when you drive?
So when you climb in and you sit down, it's on. The moment you touch the brake, it's on and you can't hear it. Can't hear it at all. They do have a sound when it moves, but it's generated so that you can know that it's not sneaking up behind you.
Right.
Like that, I feel like it's an
Do
alien of it. So, yes,
Yeah, it's funny is that, we don't pay it because we have the Magic Key plate. But, I was having breakfast at the conference with a group of people who owned electric vehicles personally. And I was shocked when the gentleman sitting next to me said that his California registration fee was $1,500.
Yep.
And I said, why?
right, wait.
And he says it's the weight, and plus that they're also making up the fact that they're factoring in some of the what they're not getting in gas tax from that car. And so, but I'm going like, wow, that would be a tough pill to swallow, getting that $1,500 tax bill, registration bill every year.
If you're saving on your gas bill, they probably cancel each other out.
Probably.
That truck weighs 90,000 pounds.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, and it's solid bottom. Like we went down to look at you can't see it. It has a
It's all
solid bottom
enclosed.
plate all the way across.
What's the range on that thing? How many miles?
So I got the base model. I could have gotten the upgrade, got the 450, but I think it's roughly 274 if you don't stand on it, which I don't stand on it. So 274.
So in other words, if you have to go to a conference in Sacramento or something, you're gonna be stopping a few times.
Yes.
You get a drop card.
We have made the joke about putting a Predator engine in the back from like Harbor Freight and run the quarter round.
Yeah,
I think
there
that's
you
pretty
go.
great.
I love it.
Cool. All right, Director of Administration update, there is none unless you have one for her.
No,
Yeah.
Mr. Vice President.
One thing I know Sherry would like you guys to know about is that the phone lines are back. 5 of the 6 are now back online. AT&T.
Finally.
They got us one for 2 weeks ago, and then finally last week we came in and we got 4 more. So we have 5 of the 6 club.
Wow.
Should we be happy? I know, we're glad, not happy.
I think they're tired of me calling every
Yeah.
when people can start recognizing my voice.
Oh, it's been
Not
too much,
you
not too
again.
much.
Yeah, so they finally got that, but we are still
Good, that's good news. That is good news.
Okay, Public Works update, is there any Public Works update?
It was included in your agenda packet. If there's any questions, I can do my best to answer them for you on top of that.
Okay. Any other discussion? Then we are adjourned at 6:44.